and welcome back to the IWAR Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening is BRL, NWL, and IWAR Commissioner Matt Riley, and our good pal, Luke Morton. What's going on, fellas?
Not a whole lot.
I don't want to give Luke an inflated head, but I got several compliments directed towards him for his work on the show.
That's good.
So
someone has to lie to him.
That's the only time that I've ever been complimented for something like that. Mostly my wife's just like, you drink too much, you shouldn't talk on the internet about it.
All right.
So this episode will be the July 2020 cycle in review. We're going to start off with the BBL Bloodbath League number 484. League champion, the White Claw Outlaw Mike. TV champion, Powerhouse. Atlantic champion, Graphic Violence TI-83. Central champion, Matt Jackson. Dixie champion, Dresden. Eastern champion, Black Fox. Mountain champion, Lady Swan. Northern champion, Algebra Jones. Pacific champion, Bernie Bearcat Miller. Prairie champion, Joe Exotic, the King of the Tigers. Southern champion, Darren Smythe. Western champion, the Onslaught, Tim Haught. Tag team champions, the White Claw Outlaws. TV tag team champions, the Lone Ranger with Tonto and Leroy Tanaka Lee. Six-man champions, Graphic Violence TI-83, Matt Jackson, Algebra Jones, the Math Club. TV six-man champions, B.A. Fox, the Patriot, and FML XD, and your Battle Royal winner, Dresden. So, fellas, what's going on with the BBL? Any news to report?
Well, the BBL had a big shock when the trio of Serenity, Chuckles, and Manslaughter up and left, and then they departed the league. They were the six-man UVU champions. So those belts are vacated. They'll be filled soon. And for their service to the league, they were made the first members of the BBL Hall of Fame. So that was kind of a nice honor for them.
Yeah, I did that.
So that's the biggest thing. The Almighty Sheik is the UVU champion. That dick. So I'm not bitter. I'm just saying, I'm not bitter.
You're bitter.
I'm very bitter. But sorry, I have all my papers here, and I'm Russell. There it is. God damn it. All right. So BBL, just to kind of give you an idea what's going on, the trash talk hasn't picking up. If you have not had a chance to read Tiger King's promos, I suggest you do. And the White Claw Outlaws are a lot of fun, and I would say that's a thing worth checking out. Of course, Dixon Ticonderoga with a nice, serious, intense promo. Carson Wingate's evolution, those who knew him in the NWL as the Wealthy Trust Fund, has kind of come through a metamorphosis. So I would encourage you to check that out and see how writing a character change can be very entertaining. And we talk about this on the show every so often, that just because your character starts at point A doesn't mean they have to stay that way forever. And part of the way you enjoy that way, in my opinion, as a writer or a creative style of play, is to have a destination for the character. I want them to start as a bad guy and get to a good guy, or vice versa. So you're watching a character changer. So I highly recommend people check out the promos by Carson Wingate. So that's my BBL.
All right, man. Fantastic. Luke, do you have any TT that you enjoyed?
Of course I do. Always.
Uh-oh.
What's that supposed to mean? So I really like the Wild Bunch. They are doing good things over there. The Litigators are always good. It's just funny to me that they're lawyers, and their names are awful as well. Dixon Ticonderoga, he's doing a really good job, especially talking down Barry taking me Stevens, because nobody likes him.
What a dick.
The PPA, I like their little blurb about the 4th of July. That was pretty slick. And obviously, like Matt said, we got Joe Exotic, because you can't ever miss out on him. And the White Claw Outlaws. Also, sad to see the Chuckles, Serenity, and Manslaughter go, the Wild Bunch, but it is what it is. People move on, but they're they're pretty awesome, and you should read about their little history blurb that they have in there. So that's what I have in the BBL.
Man, I dig that. It's fantastic. Next up is the NWL New Wave League, number 151. League champion, Hate Clown. TV champion, Frankie Cicino. Atlantic champion, Shrika Dama. Let's see. Central champion, Mr. 305. Dixie champion, Delivery Dan. Eastern champion, Psi 8R N 8R. How do you say that, man?
The way you get it right, you pronounce it.
C8R N 8R.
Saturnator.
Saturnator.
Sure, that's my. I hope this player reaches out to me and is like, dude, it's this, because that would help a lot.
Yeah, agreed. Mountain champion, Swim Jig Joe. Northern champion, Wildfire Dan Van Love. Pacific champion, Hawaiian Heartthrob. Prairie champion, Inferno. Southern champion, Tormund Tundra. Western champion, Bulk Brogan. Tag team champion, Massive Love and Chubby Love. TV tag team champions, Rideshare Ryan and Delivery Dan. Six-man champions, Hillbilly Kevin, Steve, and Uncle Randy. TV six-man champions, Rideshare Ryan, Air Ryan Nathaniel Burton, and Delivery Dan. And your Battle Royal winner is the Incinerator.
Ooh, that might be right. Incinerator, that sounds right. All right, he'll let us know.
Yes. Please reach out to us. So, Matt, what's going down in the NWL?
Well, I want to thank all the players for their promos. I know some of the guys we kind of, I wouldn't say scolded, but we coached at, if you will. The idea of, making your promos, more direct and less, kind of out in the middle of the air. And I saw a lot of that working. I'm doing my part as a commissioner, kind of help connect the dots. So I'll shake up the pay-per-view a little bit lineup-wise to give better matchups for feuds. We have a lot going on. One of the biggest stories is that one of the biggest stars in the league, Fiction, who had 3 or 4 more cycles left in his contract, he left for the CWL. And this was a complete surprise until he read the promo, so no one knew this was happening.
Yeah.
But he did a really good job, a 2-page promo. He did a great job of outlining it. If you're a player who's new or you want to see some good TT, I really recommend you look at the Fiction piece because he does a great job of kind of cataloging the journey he had in the league and the things he did, the titles he won, the friendships and feuds and rivalries. Really outstanding promo. That was a lot of fun. We had I do want to mention the Bad Company Tag Team Tournament before I forget. Is a tournament we just put together for the team. So the finals will pit the Van Love brothers against Scream and Halloween Man, and which parlays into one of my favorite promos in a long time. So frequent listeners may have heard us talk about a player who had broken the rules and returned to the NWL repeatedly with new wrestlers in order to mow down rookies, pile up 1,000 wins, and retire again. And we asked him not to do it, and he kept sneaking back in. So he tried to get in again. We had him kicked out and banned. Now, what they did in this bulletin, I don't know the actual page, if you look online, is actually to do it, but I think I can find that out. The promo they did is just fun. And what they do is Scream and Murder, who's are essentially the Scream Mask, and Murder, I think, is supposed to be like a slasher. Oh, here it is. If you're playing at home, it's 46 out of 66 on the PDF. And what they do is RJ Berserker, who was the wrestler who was kicked out of the league for trying to, break the rules. So they have him getting kicked out of the league by Commissioner Dick Jackson, and then Scream and Murder show up and just beat the shit out of him. And the whole entire time is just like over and over. It gets so much violence, and this, and then Dr. L, who is like if you're a longtime player or listener, Dr. L is like Dr. Loomis in Halloween, and he's the guy who comes in, and instead of having a manager who's like, my wrestler's going to destroy you, he's like, everyone run, get away, they're going to kill everyone. He comes in, and he's like, get him, get that cheating turd. It's just, It's so good because it's stupid, but it's really funny. It made me laugh a lot. So thank you for that promo. It was very enjoyable. There are other good promos. We got Greg Big Guns Ganar. We got the pharmacist, of course, Hawaiian Heartthrob. It's really good. We have a big Survivor Series match between two teams of rivals coming up, and that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Because we have to make a last-minute substitution because of people departing, so it's going to be a little bit of a shake-up, but it should be fun. We have some fantastic promos by the Love Connection, making fun of Mr. 305 and his little bar. I just the NWL is a lot of fun when people promo really well, and Tyler Dresden cuts amazing promos. So, we keep talking about if you want to go into the draft eventually, who's going to be the #1 pick, and we see really that their stock value for a lot of these guys is really going up because there's such great work to go with, and. We got the Uninvited causing problems. We have Nas X showing up, and really, there's a group of guys that are all proming at each other. So I'm gonna try to put them in feuds with each other because they seem to want to work with each other anyways, which is fine. But the promos got better for that whole entire crew. So Biggie Smalls and Pals, well done. A 2-page promo from Bulk Slogan, who is just really fun to read. It's a fun read, and again, I encourage you to read. Bulk Slogan's promo. It's on page. Get to it. Where are you? Page 52. So the NWL bulletin. And again, it's just someone really taking the time to help define a character, write them up. We had a new character, so you don't have to write huge promos either. Because the Cruise Missile Kid came in and had a couple of pictures drawn. And also did promos with kind of establishing his character as this all-American good guy. So it's good, to get that in there, and that's a classic wrestling prototype, I guess. We got the Norse team, showing up Eric Grunwald and Tormund Tundra. So some Viking action going on. There's so much. Frankie Sacchino's doing a lot of stuff. It's just a great, fun league to be in right now. So thanks to everybody who are helping to support the league. The Clash Champions write-up isn't this coming. This coming cycle will be the matches for the Clash. The cycle after that will be the write-up. This coming cycle will have the write-up for the Willowick Classic, and the winner of that match goes on to face the triple threat of the championship for the Young Lions title, which right now is Airbnb. Brian Burton is challenging Tyler Dresden. And the third person will be the winner of the Willowick Classic. So it's a fun time. So stay tuned. What did y'all think of the NWL? Luke?
Yeah, Luke, what did you think?
Well, I thought it was, it was great. Tyler Dresden continues to put out good stuff. Now with Fiction leaving, I think he's definitely going to step into that #1 spot. Yep. So that's good that the NWL, though somebody like Fiction, whose TT should check out as well, is leaving. You got somebody there to fill in those boots. I liked Mr. 305 and Greg Ganar. They're doing a good job. You already talked about the Bulk, Brogan, and all. Yeah, the Bulk. I just called them the Bulks. That TT is like ridiculously over the top. I believe he's bench pressing a Toyota in it.
Yes.
So that's exactly what, you can't go wrong with that. And then I like the Hawaiian Heartthrob as well. He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
With his TT. So just give him a big shout out. Hey, heads up, if you're in the NWL, when you write TT, and no matter what program you're using, take some time to put in your name or something that can identify you in the TT, because sometimes it can be difficult to figure out who's talking or what you're talking about. Or if you're doing a sneak attack, for instance, and you're talking about, let's say I'm talking about Greg Ganar, but I'm attacking him. I don't know if Greg Ganar wrote that or if the person attacking him wrote that. But if you can just come up with a cute little title or just your name or whatever, and just put that every time of your TT, that way when I'm going through, I can say, oh, hey, I really like Hawaiian Heartthrob's TT, which he already does, right? I can find Hawaiian Heartthrob and I can read his TT, and I know this is from the Hawaiian Heartthrob or whatever, or those sort of things. So just make sure that, you have that title in there, and don't just kind of start, because, I can read through it and kind of start figuring out who it's from, but sometimes it can be kind of confusing. And, it helps you stand out a little bit. You don't have to do anything fancy, but just put like, the bulk show or something. I don't care what you call it, but I mean, you can make it whatever you want,
Right.
and just go from there. That's just kind of like a pro tip as far as that goes, and it breaks up the report a lot better. And make sure it's in big bold letters too. Don't write in like the 12-point font, and make it centered, and put something in there so I know, like, oh, this is a completely new TD, because sometimes it can run together on this PDF. So just be aware, especially if you're running multiple wrestlers, that I can tell the difference between who's talking and what have you. So yeah, but overall, NWL, there's a whole lot of cards on here. There's a whole lot of trash talk, so that's what we like to see.
Yeah, man, I dig it, man. It's good stuff, as always. Next up, Continental Wrestling League, number 254. League champion Alec Von Schnapp, winning 10 free matches. TV champion, the wrestler with no name. United States champion, Gentleman Loomis. Yukon champion, Brandon Berserker Bomb. Caribbean champion, Gentleman Jarvis. Amazon Basin champion, Trash Can Jones. British Isles champion, The Ring Raider, Doc Danger. Arabian champion, Terrible Thomas Perez. South African champion, Victor the Possessed Mizamov. Siberian champion, Alex Von Schnapp. East Asian champion, Donathan Zabapowski. Oceanic champion, Kenneth Zabapowski. Tag team champions, James and Billy Stone. TV tag team champions, Donathan Zabapowski and Kenneth Zabapowski. Six-man champions, Unleavened Bread, Alabaster, and the wrestler with no name. TV six-man champions, Johnny the Wrench Morello, Vincent Torrio, and Mike freaking Mason. And your Battle Royal winner, Timothy Zabapowski. So guys, it's going down in the CWL.
A lot going on in the CWL. I think the big announcement to make is that the commissioner, Michael Swanson / Kevin Phillips, announced that he'll be leaving as a commissioner the next cycle. So this coming cycle is his last cycle there as the commissioner. Some people have asked me, and I'm not going to announce who the commissioner is yet. I'm helping them. I'm going to be doing some work with them to get this all up and running. But there is a lot of fun in store. Going to try something different, so it should be very interesting. But we're not going to do the old, cat out of the bag. It's just going to be a lot of fun, and I look forward to it. And I think it'll be a fun little challenge. But right now, what's going on in there? There's obviously Alec Von Schnapp retaining the league title was kind of a surprise. He's always kind of been the third wheel for the much more successful brothers, so it's nice to see him getting a little bit of a push. The Stone brothers out of control again. There were some events going on, so there's going to be some shakeup as far as the events going on and prize contests coming up. So you'll see some changes. Not this cycle coming. You'll see kind of like the finish up. There's a pay-per-view coming up, so you'll see the write-ups for that. And promo-wise, we have some good work in here. Victor Azamov is getting more and more creepy and vicious. The cover boy this month in the report. I like Ring Raider Doc Danger, a new character. The Wolves Den, good to see them cutting a promo. Keep that up. New arrival, the Gentlemen, Jervis and Loomis. So they're a new tag team. It's kind of a fun read. Black Hour Vengeance, as we see Fiction arrives. And, of course, Monster Truck Tanaka is talking about destroying the wrestler with no name.
He deserves it.
He does. He does deserve it. And there's a lot going on. I would highly recommend it. The CWL is going to be a lot of fun very quickly. So Hang in there.
Yeah, man, I dig it. So, Luke, what TT caught your eye?
In the CWL, is that what you're referring to?
That's what I'm referring to.
Oh, okay. Monster Truck Tanaka, he's definitely continues to do well. Hillbilly Hell, they're doing great. Not a whole lot to say, but what they do say is poignant, helps move the story forward, and it's definitely it definitely says a lot without saying much, if you know what I'm saying. The Gentlemen, they are just weird, but weird in a good way. So I like that. I like their little masks that they have. I dig that, and then also I like Doc Danger because of his pulpy. He kind of looks. It's like a Indiana Jones-esque pulpy type comic book feel for him, and it's cool to see somebody doing something different. So that's all I got to say about that.
Yeah, man, I dig it. Fantastic. Next up, Independent Wrestling League, number 124, League Champion Jordan Drake, Television Champion from the Battle Royal, Johnny WrestleFest, New York City Champion, the Midnight Rider, Los Angeles Champion, the Velociraptor, Boston Champion, the Chameleon, Detroit Champion, Neo Dragon, Cleveland Champion, Matthew Webabowski, Dallas Champion, Indian Joe, Memphis Champion, Recyclops, Miami Champion, Rolly Hatchet, San Francisco Champion, Friendzone, Frederick Goodfellow, Chicago Champion, Justin Grace, Tag Team Champions, Christopher Destruction and Kenneth Oblivion, TV Tag Team Champions, the Christian Warrior and the American Patriot, Six-Man Champions, Pigeon Boy, Quailman, Recyclops, TV Six-Man Champions, Gentleman with William Worthy, American Savages, Buddy Donner, and Hank Hinkle, and your Battle Royal winner, winning 39 IWL free matches, and Johnny WrestleFest. So, Alex G, what's going down in the IWL? So, guys, we are coming off our latest pay-per-view, Wrestle Riot. So those matches have been played. So, guys, if you have match write-ups for them, please get them to me sooner rather than later, because we're going to have the write-ups for the pay-per-views. I'm not going to spoil the results there. I'm a little depressed by them, but that's okay. I'll bounce back. I'm not worried. Once again, overall, when it comes to TT, fantastic job here all around. Luther Alexander did his once-a-year sneak attack, so he has a once-a-year sneak attack. He only does sneak attacks once a year for the most part, and it's risky business. That's the time for risky business, and you see all Revolution Extreme's sneak attacks here. I thought they were hilarious. And speaking of Luther, his unfortunately for Luther, his reduction surgery was unsuccessful. So let's all, he's a hero in my eyes for sure. And don't forget that we want everyone to contribute to the fantastic charity. It's Johnny Revolution's Halfway House for girls who won't go all the way. So, guys, please support that wonderful cause. We have the return of Hut Rag, the Russian Nightmare, and Judge X. So, very excited. They were in the IWO for an extremely long time. Those guys are awesome. So, welcome back, gentlemen. Fantastic TT from Tiamat. She is the Queen of Chaos. We have the Backstabber doing Backstabbers type stuff. So that's fun. I think overall, when it comes to TT, because there's so much of it, I'm not going to recap all of it. But the thing that really caught my eye was Johnny Vegas. He took the pictures from the Ric Flair and Miss Elizabeth angle from 1992. Where Ric Flair had doctored pictures of him and Miss Elizabeth, and they put Johnny Vegas' face on them, and I thought that was awesome. So that got a pop from me. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So that always makes me extremely happy. In addition to that, we have Catfish Rob. His players might be leaving soon, so good luck or wherever you go from here. You did a fine job with the IWL, and I'm sad to see you go. But in addition to that, so Luke, what TT caught your eyes?
The Omega Squadron.
They're awesome,
They-
right? Ridiculous.
They are always, yeah, they are awesome every time. I'm glad that they a while ago decided to do individual TTs for each of the members. I think that's been done. They've been doing a good job so far. Obviously, Johnny Vegas is ridiculous, like the pictures, and yeah, that was hilarious. And Alex J. Styles continues to do good work as a member of Revolution Extreme. So it's nice to see him fully embracing that. Then we also have Ryan Patrick bringing up the past. So that's kind of sad. But, you have a lesser version of Revolution Extreme to deal with. I guess maybe that's why, but I don't
Although the
know.
reality of the situation that he brings up history, but soon enough he actually will be history. So
Ooh,
there you go.
I mean, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, no, so it's cool. He used to be with Senior Lucha, so that says a lot about the company that the regulators keep at this point. So yeah, but I mean, yeah, everybody's doing good job. The IWL is an exciting place. Like Alex said, he doesn't want to ruin the pay-per-view, but it was definitely an exciting time.
It's fucking nuts.
It is. It's pretty nuts. So, and did when does the 4-pack challenge? Was that?
Well, we had a tie, so
Yeah.
that match took place at the pay-per-view as well.
Oh man! All right. Yeah.
So
See,
we had a tiebreaker there. So we do
We don't-
have new number one contenders, thanks to the pay-per-view for the unified tag team champions.
Yeah,
In addition to that, guys, don't forget that most of you probably saw it on the Facebook page, but for those of you who haven't seen it, IWO got rerun, so they put up new results. So just make sure you take a look at it. I don't want any surprises like, why did I lose this match instead I won before? They had to rerun it. So again, just keep that in mind for that. But I think overall, I mean, we do have our next pay-per-view, which will be the King of Pro Wrestling. That's going to be a 16-man tournament, and the winner of that will get 10 free matches and a shot at the IWL Heavyweight Championship. 4-pack challenge goes away for a little while because that gets replaced for the MSG Tag League. So that's going to be awesome. It's our once-a-year big tag team tournament. So we do have a mystery team, which will be revealed when the first matches get played. But we do have a mystery team from another league. So that's one of the things that we do with this tournament is that we bring in one team from somewhere else, and they compete for this. They compete during this event. So who knows if everything is played right, we could have someone from a different league hold one of our belts. So that's always a possibility. Again, don't forget that get these pay-per-view matches to me sooner rather than later. I need those because I got to put together this pay-per-view. But I think overall, when it comes to the IWL, extremely fun. I'm looking forward to not only our next pay-per-view, which is the King of Pro Wrestling. I'm looking forward for the War Games again. I got to post that thread over in the Facebook page. I forgot to do it because the IWA doesn't like to. They'll send like entries to Matt by accident. They'll send entries to me.
Yeah.
And I have to get them all together and make sure that everyone that has paid for an event is included in this event. I don't want to miss anyone. That did happen to me once, and it was really awful. So I like to double and triple check that and make sure that we that we get that squared away. But TT is very solid. Again, we're going into this pay-per-view. We're coming out of this pay-per-view. I think for the rest of the year, I think we're pretty rock solid about where we're going overall. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And fuck Senior Lucha.
What else
Correct.
did Lucha do? God damn it.
What didn't Senior Lucha do?
He's in fact the enemy of the people.
Man of the people.
He
Yeah.
he saved that girl from getting hit by the car, the one that Neo Dragon threw in the middle of the street in the wheelchair.
Jesus.
So
How is she ever gonna be? How is she ever gonna be independent if you just keep coming in and saving her, man?
She.
I
I
know.
wish she got.
You should let her get hit back.
You know what's fucked up about this is that like 10 years from now, I'm gonna bring that girl back as a female wrestler, to get her revenge at some point. So, because that's the way I think. So I put that like in my pocket. I write that down somewhere. It's like, oh, bring back girl in wheelchair as a wrestler 10 years from now. So we can have that to bring that feud back. So
Gotta love the callbacks.
that's all I do. That's all I do. But yeah, it's good stuff. All right, next up, BRL Battle Royal League number 552. League champion winning another 10 free matches. Hot stuff, Adam Cash. TV champion Becky North. Atlantic champion Sabretooth. Central champion Fatty the Butcher. Dixie champion R.A. Rude. Eastern champion Thrash. Mountain champion The Governor. Northern champion Wolf. Pacific champion Author of Agony with Paige Turner. Bravo champion Crusher Vicious. Southern champion Punk Rock Mike. Western champion the Russian Rocket Alexei Smirnov. Tag team champions Willie Mack and Norvell Austin. Like Norvell Austin? PYT Norvell Austin?
That is the Smoky Mountain Sugar Bears.
Oh, okay. I dig it. TV tag team champions, Hot Stuff Eddie Cash and Fatty the Butcher. Ooh. Six-man champions, Lord Regal, Martel the Model, and Zolf Diggler. And the TV six-man champions, Talak.
Yep. Elator and Ziu.
Talak, Aletor, and Zoo.
Sure.
Is that anything? Like,
I have no idea.
Okay. I want to look those up. I want to Google that at some point. I better not get a nasty picture of my computer either.
Oh, boy.
Battle Royal winner, winning $50 in IWA credit, the Russian Rocket Alexei Smirnov. So, Matt, what's going down in the BRL?
Well, as you said, Adam Cash retaining the league championship. The second guy to do it this year. And, the big question, will he be a fourth time? No, he won't. It never happens. But lots going on in the BRL. We're rolling into a Magic Bash 19, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Lots of big matches. So this coming cycle will be the matches that determine the write-up. So make sure you put together your best strategy to win your match. Let's see here. We added a page called the BRL Record Books, which is a way to kind of capturing some of the championships won there and getting people up to speed. I've got some tweaking to do. I've been doing a little tweaking for the divisions, so you can see those are updated with better teams and wrestler strats. Gatto reminds everyone to wear a mask. So when you see a cat wearing a mask, you know it's time to wear a mask. We have the Dungeon Master Sheldon.
He's still alive?
Yes.
I thought Luther killed him like.
Well, he's got 9 lives. Yeah, so.
Kick the fucking cats.
Should have finished him off. One of my favorite bits is the Harlem Hamilton Sheldon Schrute feud, where the nerdy dungeon master has seduced both Harlem Hamilton's mother and grandmother, which he did break their hips with vigorous sex. So
good for him.
Hey, they're active seniors, and the Late Night Logan Kane show turned into a complete fiasco with Ambush. There's a lot going on. Really, I always say I can't really do it justice with this, but I do want to call attention to Gravedigger and King Warman 88 did a really interesting promo. They wrote it like a script you'd see in Hollywood or a film script. So it's an interesting take and a little flashback to why they wrestle to win for his grandfather and family. I don't want to say anybody's going to take advantage of that, but that could happen. We have a spiraling out of control Dragon de Oro who has been cursed by Mascara Negro, and I can tell you this: Senya Lucha has a plan in place to help break that curse. We'll see if it works. Dash DeLorean still having problems with Adam Cash, claiming he will turn on his mentor, Senya Lucha. We had one thing kind of behind the scenes. Dynaflex and Hasbro moved over to the BBL. That player, Michael Cook, is condensing to kind of focus more on his stuff. So this happens now and then. So there are a couple storylines going in directions with Dynaflex. So those players, if they're listening, may want to readjust and take a new direction with that. We have a lot going on. There's a little fun series between Superstar Chris Champion and R.A. Rude. So the rookies challenge the champ to the Wrestle of the Year to a series, and a 2-1 lead for R.A. Rude. And I will also mention that the 7th Best of 7 series in the BRL, we do one every year. And this year it's between Punk Rock Mike and Eric the Eliminator Endgame. So that starts this coming cycle. So lots going on. So I'm, as always, I'm happy for everyone for the support to the BRL. We do really well with as far as activity, and that activity helps us qualify for other various titles. So hopefully somebody can win them. I can't because I suck. But it is a really lot of fun going on. There's more coming. This Magic Bash ride is going to be pretty wild. So there's the BRL for you.
Man, I dig that. So, Luke, what'd you see over in the BRL?
Other than that trash that Senior Lucha puts out once per month. There's Dungeon Master. He does always great stuff. Excuse me. And Late Night Logan Kane is always crazy. Let's see. Suburban Hell Savages continue to do well on both TT and overall. Becky North, she's doing really well. And then also we have the Brooklyn Bodega Chronicles. So the Harlem and Shroots saga continues. So it's getting real over there. But yeah, the BRL.
So how many people in the IWA other than myself and Hamilton has been in a Brooklyn bodega, you think?
I have.
I don't.
Have you?
I have not.
Yeah.
You're a lying piece of shit. When were you in Brooklyn?
The last time was 2006.
Were you buying weed?
No, I was with a friend. I met down there, and we hung out with her friends and ate at like a corner cafe thing, and then
You
went
were
around.
in the gentrified area of Brooklyn?
I would say it was very, no Senior Lucha there.
Look, man, I've never been to any of the great eastern cities. I think the farthest I've been north is Pennsylvania. I went to Delaware, but that
I'm going to say
doesn't
this. There's a big difference between Brooklyn in 2020 and Brooklyn in 1995. I'm just going to leave it there.
There it is.
I mean, I don't know. I've never been there, but I heard that it got gentrified. So
I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying that it's very. Well, New York City in general is extremely different than it was, and especially in the 80s and especially in the 90s.
Yep.
I mean,
So
I thought they were like mutants.
Yeah, has anyone seen The Warriors?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
The
It's a great
Warriors
movie.
is New York City, by the way. So that's the Warriors.
You said that The Warriors is awful? It's a
Yeah.
great movie.
No, that movie is fantastic. It's probably the greatest film on cinema. Period.
It's great. It's great. It's beautiful.
Like that's like right under The Godfather in terms of.
I would take Beastmaster over Warriors.
I'll get the fuck out of here.
Bad.
It's like, I'd rather watch Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Get out of here.
Beastmaster.
I do like Beastmaster. Those fucking ferrets, though.
Kodo and Bodo.
Yeah.
They stink. They smell. They stink.
Now, is there nudity in Beastmaster? I feel like there was nudity, but like I only watched it on TV, so I never saw the nudity part. So
there was. Was it not Tawny Katane? I forget who it was. It was the warrior lady.
Yeah.
But she was bathing, and it was like that was a good movie for a kid who was like 10, like 12, whatever it was.
Like I'm pretty sure I've watched it like on TBS. So.
Oh yeah, that scene gets edited out, but you can find it, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm not right when we hang up, I'm looking for it. The first thing. It's fucking ridiculous. There's not as much nudity in movies as there used to, but there's a lot more fucking nudity on TV shows, though. Especially like your Game of Thrones, Spartacuses, that Viking one. There's titties everywhere. Same.
Well, there's no nudity in the IWA.
Well, I try to sneak it in there every once in a while. You guys never catch it though.
Nice.
All right, fantastic. So Matt, what do you got for us? IWAR wide.
Well, congratulations to Blood Money, Adam Cash, and Fatty the Butcher, who defeated the Disembowelers to win the 24th Murano Memorial. Only the second team to ever win it twice. Yay me.
Boo.
So, Yes,
Ooh.
boo indeed. I will say that the Johnny B Cup is down to Math Jackson and Timothy Zastampowski. They match up this coming cycle, so that'll determine the winner. Lots of things to break down there. The War Games are still coming up, so get your teams. What do we have, 8, 9 teams now?
I believe it's 9 teams, but I have to double check and make sure we're all good.
So still time to join. And once again, it's $5 per team.
Per team.
Entry. So if you want to be on a team, you could be like, hey, I want to have these 5 guys, or my guy, and like team up with 5 or 4 top wrestlers and see if your team can rig it to win. The IWAR draft is coming up in the fall, and the fall is going to be here before you know it. We're almost into August. So we will get more on that coming up. The fall events, which is the Bound for Glory, Tag Team Derby, and Triple D Cup 6-man tournament, will be in the fall. I just started getting people signing up for that. It's $2 per entry with a max of 3 per player. And let's see here, what else? The IWAR title matches are this coming cycle. Velociraptor retained the title against Almighty Sheik to keep the Revolution Championship. In IWA report news, the Smoky Mountain Sugar Bears captured the IWA tag belts.
Ooh.
Yeah, so congrats to those guys. That's Willie Mack and Norval Austin. The U.S. tag belts to Lone Ranger Watanto and Leroy Tanaka Lee, also run by Jim Gabbard. So hit it there. Fun story, Adam Cash and Fatty to 516, and once again, nothing. Sad.
Exactly what you deserve.
And a IWA wide, which one was it? Math Jackson took home the Central. So Michael Cook with a 501. He edged Fatty the Book. So Fatty snubbed again. Poor Fatty.
That makes
Fatty,
it even better.
Fatty's been in the BRL since 2011, has never won the league title. Never.
Always deserve it.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve it. But hey, thanks to Luther Alexander, he got in great shape.
Good.
Other things going on. The top 10 leagues came out, so thanks to everyone for supporting leagues, doing well activity-wise.
Where did we rank?
Well, the NWL was first in matches, almost 1,899 matches. The BRL had 1,300 matches. The IWL was third with 821 matches, and the BBL had 584 matches. So the activity helps. Again, the top 6 leagues, I believe, qualify for the Metro, and the elite titles all for leagues with limits, but it doesn't really matter. But it just, the more activity, the better it is for us to qualify. Because not only that, but like in the BRL, if we're over 50 cards, we qualify for the 2-for-1 bonus, which we also have over in the IWL, right? Right? That's still there.
I think that's a thing.
Yeah. So, IWL, you win a ton of free matches if you win the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
BRL, you win IWA credit. So there's
I didn't even want it, and they made me get it.
Speaking of jerky, if you like Trader Joe's, watermelon jerky is something you might want to check out.
That sounds like diarrhea in a fucking bag.
Yeah, I hope so, because it'll help with the weight loss. This cycle, the IWA report announced the winners of the state championships. Do you want to announce them now?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I won't read every single one, but I'll read the folks from the IWAR. There were 13 different wrestlers that won, a total of 23 championships. Yeah, Punk Rock Mike from the BRL, he won 5 states: Missouri, New Mexico, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Vermont. Utah. We had Jordan Drake won Alaska and Idaho. Gentleman Jervis, Idaho.
Oh.
Gentleman Jervis won Colorado and Mississippi. The Chameleon won 3: Louisiana, North Carolina, and Virginia. Agent 26 from BRL won the Mississippi or Missouri. I don't know. I think it's Mississippi. Am I right? Oh, Michigan.
Yeah.
Glacier for NWL won Maryland. Sorry. Monster Truck Tanaka from CWL won the Kansas.
Oh,
Hiroki Fuji won the Kentucky.
there it is.
Wildfire Dan Van Love, NWL wrestler, won the Illinois and the Ohio. Bram
Ooh.
O'Barron of the BRL won Nevada and San Diego. Massive Love, another
Did you say San Diego?
South Dakota. I'm not tired. You're tired. It's a whale's vagina. Massive Love out of the NWL. It's probably appropriate, that timing of that one. He won the New York title. Adam Cash won the Oregon. I guess he's in Portland with all those people protesting. And Scotty Flash won the Wyoming. So congrats to all. I already put together a stat sheet for the next IWAR that actually shows all of the previous state winners from the IWAR, so you can kind of track and see who's doing what.
I've never won that.
Have you entered?
I have.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know
Not this time.
that. Well, yeah, dude. Dick.
Yeah,
I think I entered one time, but I don't think I won.
Fucking win.
I don't think Neo Dragon won. I could, once I get that sheet printed, I'll show you.
I never won.
No. They each win 100,000 imaginary earnings. So,
Yeah,
Rock Mike with a sweet 500,000 pickup. There you go. And as far as this coming cycle, so when you send your matches, something important to remember. Not this cycle, the one you're about to play, but the summer cycle going into August. The IWA has brought back the bribe process where you pay $25,000 per loss to erase off your record. Now you can do one loss for $25,000 or 20 losses for $500,000. It's up to you. This is always a personal choice as you think, oh, I want to keep my money or I want to spend it. Now in that way, there's not a lot you can do with the imaginary money. I mean, honestly, there's almost nothing you can do with it. It really is true. This is one of the few things you can do. And what you might want to think about, dropping 20 losses, why is it important? Or why would that be good for my record? You're ranked in the IWA by how many wins you have over losses. So if you have 500 losses and 1,000 wins, you have 500 points. And if you are ranked 11th and the guy ahead of you is ranked ahead of you has 15 more wins than you do, and then you drop those losses, now you're ahead of them. So it's a little something to think about. And the final note I would say is the specialty championships are coming up soon, so be sure to enter those. Those are always kind of, it's much like state wrestling. It's a one-shot, deal, but it's fun. So give that a thought.
Yeah, man, I dig it. All right, we are officially out of time. So for Luke Martin, for Matt Riley, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.